Angela here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome to another sit down video. Welcome back to our regularly scheduled programming. Praise the Lord. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by. Make sure you go ahead and look around. If you like what you see, go ahead and subscribe. If you are returning, thank you for returning for another video. As I mentioned, this is going to be a sit down, or I'm standing. It's going to be a standing video, and I'm just going to do a cozy little apartment update catch up. If you watch my vlogs or even like previous sit down videos where I was discussing wish lists and stuff for this apartment, I've moved into a new apartment. And I have just gotten it to a place where it's functional. I can work, I can, you know, sleep comfortably, shower, like everything is in its place for now, and I can move about comfortably. And now I can get back onto my posting schedule. So I thought it would be really fun this week to share some of the updates that I've done, and some of the updates that I plan to do. So I don't have like a lot of updates for you, but I do have some things that I can show you, starting with like my work area. Starting with this little work area here. I'm on lunch right now, but you know, my desk fit perfectly in this little corner here off of the kitchen. So I have like my laptop and my extra monitor and my personal laptop, and all of that is all able to fit on here in this little corner. And then I did hang this piece here, which is a piece of art that is temporarily framed in this cheap ass Amazon frame, because I needed it to like fill up a big wall in my old apartment. By the way, you're going to hear trains going by because I live close to a train, so just act like you don't hear that, baby. It's the big city, honey. So I just took that same piece of art and just put it here. There's a big, I don't know what's behind that. I'm guessing like the air heater situation, whatever the appropriate term for that is behind there. And so it's just like this big thing. So I covered the top of it with this piece of art. My goal is to get that reframed into something more appropriate. Like, that's plastic. That's not even like glass, right? And because it's like right off the sun, I don't want the sun to ruin my print. So I do plan on getting that reframed here in the near future. I'm just waiting for a good sale. Michael's usually has like 80% off during the holidays, so I'll look at getting that reframed then, but it'll still live in that space. And I'm thinking about like making a small gallery wall here, because there is also like a breaker box. And you know, I'm thinking about putting some additional art, like 1, 2, and then something big enough to cover that ugly ass breaker box. I did add curtains to the windows. The window was open, so that's why it's at this weird angle where you can't actually see the curtains. But I did add curtains to the window. My windows is just like this small window in like the pocket of the wall. So this is like the corner of the wall here. So it wasn't one of those situations where I could drag the curtain all the way across the wall and make it look like an illusion of a bigger window, because it literally is like this on this side. So I just added the curtains to the sides of the window. It's fine. I grabbed these like faux linen style curtains. They're not sheer. I forget the appropriate name of them. I am in the middle of updating my Amazon storefront, because that's where I got them from. So they'll be in there. I'll let y'all know in like a vlog or something when they're updated. So I just got like this like oatmeal-y color. I didn't want like too cream, too white, because I think for my area rug, which is something that I need to get, I have a few big ticket things that I need to get before I can even think about like design and decor. One is an area rug. I have one on my short list by, I think it's either Rugs USA or Ruggable. I think it's Rugs USA. It's orange too. Like, I don't know, I just was kind of drawn to this orange rug. And I've also been seeing it on TikTok, because Rugs USA is on TikTok. But anyway, I have that at the forefront of my mind. So I wanted something that was, you know, still sort of like really neutral, but not white, if that makes sense. So I added curtains in both the living area and the bedroom. It's the same window. It's like in the corner of each room. And so, you know, I would have preferred to like elongate the window, but it just didn't make sense, because there would have been like a pole all the way across here, and then this side of the pole would be like super short, and me personally, I don't like the way that I don't even like the concept of like how that looks. So I just did it at the size of the window. So those are pretty much the updates I've made in the living area. I also ordered a TV stand. As you can see, my television is on the floor. So I ordered a TV stand. I'm actually on TV stand number 2. I'm on TV stand number 2 because I ordered a TV stand from Homery. It had like this glass component. It was really nice. I was like really excited about getting it. They delivered it, and of course the glass was broken. And so I processed a return on that one, and before I decided to like just have them send me another one or choose something different, because honestly I just didn't want to deal with the glass probably being broken again. I want this TV off my floor. So I looked around and I ended up going back to one that I found like when I was originally looking on Wayfair. It was a little more than I wanted to spend. The one at Homery was $400 after tax. It was like $300 and something before like tax and stuff. Shipping was obviously free. And then the one that I wanted from Wayfair, which I ended up getting, was I think $500, a little over $500, maybe $600. So then I was like, okay, let me just take a picture of this. I'll put it on, or I'll put it in Google Image and see if somebody else carries it. Somebody else being Amazon. The stool that I have here, or the bench that I have here, I did that where I saw it on like Wayfair or something for like $600, put it in Google Image. It pulled it up on Amazon, same seller, same everything, for $400. And so when I put the TV stand in, Amazon had it, same seller, same everything, same exact TV stand for $3.99. So I essentially paid this. I think I paid maybe like $40 more because there was a shipping cost from Amazon. It was $40. So I ended up essentially getting the TV stand that I originally wanted for the same price of the one that I had to return because it was broken. So when that comes, that will go on the wall where you saw the TV there. It's super long. It can be adjusted, so it'll cover that entire wall. The TV is not getting mounted. It's going to sit on top of the TV stand, and then there's drawers where I can put all this stuff into, and you know, there's still space where I can add some little decor pieces and stuff like that. I'm going to build a gallery wall around the TV, specifically of the Giving Flower series from Christina Martinez. So I have 3 of these frames. Rihanna I want to get reframed, and then I have 3 additional ones that I need to get framed. So there will be 6 like images in the gallery wall to start, and then as she makes more, I'll buy them and add them to the gallery wall. I need to get 4 of them framed. As far as the kitchen goes, it's functional. It'll probably be the last area that I focus on because it's so functional. Like all of my things are in their place. So all I really need to do in the kitchen area is like decor things. I need a runner, and I need a significant one. So a pretty long runner. I haven't really found one that I liked for the kitchen area just yet. And I also want a runner that has sort of like a matching like rectangle smaller rug that I can put at the door. So I need a runner, and I need like a rug for the door. And then I do want to do some decor on this wall here. So this big blank wall starts at the door and it ends in the living area, but I'm really just gonna focus in on like maybe this part of the wall. I showed you all a piece of art in one of my other sit down videos that I want to grab for this space. So I'm actually probably next week going to go ahead and buy that. I don't know how long it's going to take to get it. It'll go here. It's a pretty significant piece, so it'll take up a good amount of the wall. And then I have a couple stainless steel just like shelves, individual shelves saved. I think on Amazon. Those things are girl, they're expensive. But anyway, I am going to put a shelf on each side of the art piece, and then I'm going to display some of my my little special coffee cups and stuff. Is it still in that box? So some of that will go on display here. Something else that I want to do in this kitchen is I'm going to actually go look for a frame for this weekend. I'm going to self frame that, but I want to replace these outlet covers. I'm going to get like stainless steel or like chrome outlet covers just for the ones that are up here. I think it would just match more with like My utensils are chrome. My dishwasher, my stove is chrome. And so I want to bring some additional like chrome elements. At first I wasn't sure about it because the faucet is black. And so the outlets ties into the faucet. But so is like the base of my teapot, the base of, you know, the thing that holds my utensils, the base of the things that holds my soap, my appliances that are on the countertop, they're also black, so it pulls that in. And I just think the chrome would pop more on these. And also like the dust that accumulates on black stuff drives me nuts. So I'm thinking about changing the sockets to like a chrome stainless steel. And then the last thing I want to do in here, I want to find something interesting to replace this light with. I have no clue like where I want to go with it, but I know that I want something that like hangs to maybe like meet the top of the door so it doesn't get hit when you open the door. But I want something, very much something right there. So for sure I want to change that out. Also, speaking of like overhead lighting, this apartment has literally no overhead lighting other than the one at the door. And then I have some overhead lighting in the laundry room, in the little laundry space, and then in the bathroom, and that's it. The bedroom doesn't have any overhead light, which is fine because I never really use it. I like ambient lighting anyway. But I noticed up on these walls, you know those little sticky things that come with like the bathroom trays that you get from like Amazon that you stick to the wall? I noticed that there's one here on the ceiling, and then there's one here on the ceiling. So what I'm thinking is that they had some sort of like overhead lamp. You know how you get those like overhead lamps? I'll insert like a image of what I'm talking about, because I think I'm going to use these to do that. But I feel like they hooked an overhead lamp in there and had it like hanging down, and then they had the cord go here and hooked it there, and then it maybe came down the wall and plugged in there, and that was their overhead lighting. I also want to get a really nice lamp, so I don't know if having a lamp and then also having something hang here makes sense, because I do want to get like a show-stopping lamp, like maybe something that comes over the couch or something like that. I'm gonna invest maybe in like a really nice lamp. So this is the dresser area in the bedroom, and there's one of those things on the wall up here as well. And so it looks like they did pretty much the same thing where they like hooped it here, and then there's another one in the corner up here. Like it looks like they maybe had something here, hooped it here, and then brought it down and plugged it up as a lamp. I think I might actually do that in here and then just get a standalone like lamp, like a fancy lamp in the living area. But I'm definitely doing it in here because like I said, I don't have any overhead lighting. The only thing I have right now, this little lamp that's like on my dresser, and then back here on the table next to my bed, I have a little lamp that also lets off some ambient light. So I think I might just do the hanging light over the dresser. Imagine like a light coming down like right above where this mirror is, would be really dope. So I think I'll do that in the living room and then get a fancy schmancy floor lamp for the living area. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm glad I made this video. It's helping me out. As I mentioned, I also hung curtains in the bedroom. They are the same exact curtains that are in the living room. And then I also did the same for my laundry room. I just used one of those like adhesive tracks and stuck it to the wall, and stuck the same exact curtains that I have in the living room and on the bedroom window over my laundry room, because as you can see, it's an eyesore and I wanted to cover that up. And then the last area is my bathroom, which that was the first thing that I got together because I gotta wash my ass in peace, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's pretty standard. Shower curtain is from Quince, and I got it to match, oh Jesus, and I got it to match the blue tile in the shower. I grabbed some hand towels from Parachute Home to like tie into the shower curtain. And then I also bought the matching bath mat as well. And then that is just like a wooden bath mat from Amazon. That's what I actually step out on when I get out of the shower. I want to replace this tray with something that takes up more space on here. And that ties better in with the color scheme. So maybe something blue-ish. I don't know. I'm going to go to like a Marshall's, Home Goods, situation this weekend to see if I can find anything. I also want to find a frame for this print that I picked up. Ties really well into the bathroom, and I'm just going to hang it here over the toilet, which is why it's sitting here. If you're not new to my channel, then you remember this sort of shelving situation. In my old apartment, I had it off my like dining table, and I had my different like glassware, like special glassware pieces on display. I decided to put it in the bathroom, and I'll use it as a catch-all for different like skincare, body care, and stuff like that. Especially that comes through PR that I'm not like ready to use or whatever. So I just hung this on the wall here. And then sort of the last few things that I want to do in the bathroom is another print. Listen, there's going to be art at every touch point of my house. I have this print that I got when I was in Madrid from a street artist. So I'm also going to look for a frame. So we'll go shopping in the vlog this weekend, and we're going to look for, we need 3 frames. So we can self-frame our art. I'll probably take them with me so I can make sure I get the right size. And then we're going to look for trays for the bathroom to put my skincare on. That's what we're going to look for. But this piece is going to be framed, and it's going to be here. So I'm just going, it look crooked in the camera, but it doesn't. Why does it look crooked in the camera? Ooh. And then I also plan on changing the outlets in here to sort of like a black color to match the accessories in the bathroom. There's also this one here that needs to be covered. And then lastly and randomly, this vent drives me nuts because everything, I'm not going to change. There's an overhead light here. I'm not gonna bother with that. It's the bathroom. I'm not gonna bother with it like I am with the one at the entrance. But this white thing bothers me. Why is that white and that's dark? So I'm going to actually change that vent cover out to black as well. So that's it. Those are all of the updates, everything that I've done in the apartment so far, and all of the things that I plan to do, like changing out the accessories, like the outlet covers and things like that. That'll come after I do the big things. The TV stand is on its way. I need to buy the area rug. I need to buy the lamp. Like those are the 3 things that I want to do next, and I need to buy that piece of art. So those are the 4 things that are on my like to buy list immediately. And then everything else will follow, because then I'll have all of the major pieces, and then it'll be easy for me to like style the house around that, if that makes sense. So, oh, I also need to get a dehumidifier. And is that what it's called, a dehumidifier? Y'all see that stuff flying around? I need to get, yeah, I need that. So that's going to be pretty immediate. And I forgot to mention to y'all, I saw this laundry basket from this brand Joseph, and because I live in a small space and everything is on display, right in the corner next to the dresser, that hamper is going to go there, but it is not any hamper. It is very chic. Oh, something else that I forgot to mention is I have to get more shoe and clothes storage in here. And so this space here, this entire space is just like a blank wall. So I am going to get some sort of like storage unit. I would like something that's tall, like just like a 2-door storage unit, no hanging space. I just want all shelves that I can like fold sweaters and things on top of it, and then maybe even store some shoes, like tall boots at the bottom. So I want something pretty much to scale to this wall to go right here, and then I have this little piece of wall here off of the living area that sort of separates the living area from the bedroom. I have this old like shelving thing from Amazon that I've had for years. It usually like hangs out in my closet, but it's there for now because it doesn't fit in the closet. And my gym clothes, my underwear, socks, bras, all of that is in there. So I want something a little more aesthetically pleasing, but pretty much the same scale as this, to go here, to hold my stuff. Maybe even something that is the same as what I want on this wall, but on a smaller scale. And then I could just slide these little drawers in there with the existing clothing, and then use the rest of the shelves for like shoes and stuff like that. So I haven't even begun to think about what those storage systems are going to look like. That is going to be the last thing, because for now it's working. Unless I just go do a whole bunch of shopping, I should be fine. So those are going to be the last 2 things that I worry about. Okay, now that concludes all of our apartment updates so far and what I plan to do next. And of course, in my vlogs and things, I'll take you along as I continue to update and add elements to the apartment. And like I said, we are at a place of functionality. And so we are back on our regularly scheduled program. Thank y'all for riding with me. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I will catch y'all in the next video. Oh, my hair is pinned up because I have somewhere to go tonight. And so I'm trying to make sure my bob is like bouncy, bouncy, bouncy when I leave the house. Anyway, thank y'all so much for watching. I will talk to y'all in the next video.